got a friend to join who wants to join us for this afternoon. Where'd you come from? Oh my gosh. He's too cutie and I have no foodie woody for you. Good afternoon and welcome to Tala Talks, where I share my everyday thoughts and everyday experiences. Let's go to the poolside because I was really meant to start the video there because it's such a beautiful sunset at the moment, but this little cute fella came over to check on me just in case I have food, right? Are you after something or you just really missed me? Did you? There he is, and I know I've said this so many times, but again, we are so lucky to be in such a beautiful place right now. The sea is right there. Let me flip the camera. Look at that beautiful ocean. Wow, we get to wake up to this beautiful seafront every morning, and we get to end the day here as well. We are so blessed and lucky. Oh my goodness, like, oh, I got a lick. I can't seem to start this video. Oh my goodness. This is meant to be our background with a nice view and Mr. Blackie over here. Actually, his name is Popeye, but I've been calling him Blackie for some reason. Oh, it's just you and me, buddy. We are in a very budgeted resort and this place has seen its peak days, but right now we're very lucky because we're the only ones here at the moment. You and me and this cutie over there. But in today's video, I am so excited to share with you 7 ways on how living outside the city can improve your health, particularly or specifically your mental health. And with this, I can really share so much from my personal experience. Just a little background, I am actually a city girl by birth. I was born in the city, I was raised in the city, and every time we traveled, we always went outside the city. And now, as a grown-up or an adult, I realized that that is no longer what resonates with me. And maybe when I was younger, I may not have realized it then, but something just wasn't sitting right. But now that I'm definitely older, I have the choices. I can actually make my own choices and decide where to live. And so without further ado, I can't wait to start this video. Blackie! Popeye, are you just gonna be there the whole time while we take a video? Oh, this place is so beautiful. Look at this. I do have to say, I made a list, and the one thing that I noticed is, and this is only specific to my personal experience or myself, of course, and if you can relate, then that's great. But the first thing I noticed is that I definitely 100% get more sunlight exposure when I am outside the city. And it's been a while. Ooh. But yeah, I don't know if is my tan even seen there, but definitely this is a tan. I didn't mean to like show the cleavage, but yeah, because I do yoga almost every day. In fact, I wake up at 5 a.m. because we are meant to do Ashtanga right before sunrise, and so Ashtanga starts at 6 a.m. And of course, riding the motorbike on my way back, the sun is definitely right on my face, but also while doing yoga, there is a lot of sun exposure, and it's just a wonderful feeling. Where I come from, or where I live originally in the city, or when I come visit my family, we live in a townhouse, and there's not that, I mean, you can get sunlight if you really wanted to, but it's just very warm. You don't get trees like this, mango trees. There's like at least 6 mango trees here. There's a million coconut trees. Just look around. Actually, every day, there's also there. Every day I hear a coconut tree falling on the side of my roof. And in fact, there was a hole the other day. And because it was raining, there were some leaks coming through the ceiling. And that was caused from the falling coconut trees. But going back to the video, I just wanted to say how the sunlight exposure enables your body to absorb more vitamin D, and because of that, I do feel a lot healthier. My mind feels a lot clearer. I don't tend to overthink or worry about things that don't even matter. And it's just such a wonderful thing to experience. I hope all of you can experience that as well. The next one I am very excited to share with you again. I always say excited, but I really am because I've gotten feedback from some of the locals here. And I've got one audience there. I've got a companion. Oh, Blackie! And so the locals did tell me, and people who live here, Negros Oriental, they've tried living in Manila. And yeah, there's always a common denominator in all their answers. I do ask them, so what's your impression? Do you like it? And a lot of them say it's very noisy. It's there's a lot of like the life is very fast-paced, and they feel that it's a bit magulo. Magulo is like it's cluttered, and I can definitely relate because I do remember visiting one of the malls before I left for this beautiful part of the Philippines. And I just realized, is it just me, but the sound of the mall is it's very loud. I can hear a lot of people talking, and I guess to some people that can be very exciting and very energetic. On my end, I just thought that, you know, I do like I do like the sound of nature, which is the breeze, the leaves passing. I hear birds chirping every morning. I actually hear them singing outside my window, so I get to wake up to the sounds of the birds. At night, I hear the crickets or the cicadas or the picadas, if I am trying to say it in Spanish. I'm not Spanish, I don't know. I think someone told me on one of the comments that cicadas is actually named after, or it's supposed to be a Spanish word. I am not sure, but those are the kinds of sounds that personally at the moment really sounds good to me. And it's funny because the locals that are originally from here have the same feedback as I do, but I'm originally from the city, so definitely you get to escape a lot of the urban pressures. And I do have to say that, you know, a lot of the elders, or particularly my mom, and not really my father, but they do think that having a corporate life, or you know, if they were part of the baby boomers, they have this impression that what makes you successful is your, I don't know, your business, or yeah, just living the corporate world. But there are so many types of wealths, you know, and wealth to me at the moment is definitely being healthy. That is like, health is wealth, as the saying goes. And you know, you can be wealthy with friends as well. And I would like to be wealthy in terms of time for myself, and the freedom to choose what I want to do for the day. And if you want to know as well how I'm able to live this lifestyle, I have been a full-time traveler since the past 6 years. I've made a video on that, so do check it out. But long story short, I was in the corporate world. I saved up. I am burning through some savings, and with the other savings I have, I made investments, and I do earn a very, very small interest every quarter, and that interest is able to pay for accommodations and very, very budgeted food and budgeted accommodations. But your girl is not going to be all bones very soon, because I do eat very, very healthy, I would say. I have a huge jar of peanut butter. I've got friends who cook, and so far I've been very, very lucky. We've been lucky at the moment. It is definitely such a vibe right now. I don't know if you can hear the birds. But it's amazing. Number 3 on my list is definitely reduced stress hormones. And so many studies, and you can Google this, say that, you know, when you surround yourself with nature, your cortisol levels definitely drop, and those are the stress hormones. And I've done a lot of research as well that your parasympathetic nervous system definitely is on high levels, because the opposite of that, which is your, oh no, what is it again? It's not a word that I normally use. So your sympathetic system is in charge of your fight or flight. When your sympathetic system kicks in and tells you to run or like to have like an instant like defense mechanism, you know, your stress levels go up, your heart rate goes faster, maybe your blood pressure, just all the things that you don't really want on a daily basis. Yeah, it's that those things are not present here. But keep in mind as well that even if I am living this kind of lifestyle, I do make sure that I do my workouts every day, or I do mindful living. You know, taking care of the physical body is not just about eating right, like fruits and veg, all those fibers, but also making sure that I have some form of physical exercise, whether if it's walking along the beach or doing the asanas or yoga poses. And so, yeah, I hope you are able to experience this kind of life and take a break from I don't know, just if you are pressured living that urban lifestyle, yeah, surround yourself with nature, and it just feels right anyway, to me at least. If you are the person, or if you are the type that tends to overthink, maybe this next one might be really good for you, and it's mindfulness and also reflection. I do notice that when I do solo traveling, of course when Eddie is around, who is my partner, my lover, we travel together obviously, and that's how we met. We actually met in this beautiful island called Negros Oriental. But when I do solo traveling, I have so much of the reflection and mindfulness going on. And when I say reflection, it's times like this and I'm able to share with you what's on my mind, and I get to also internalize, am I making the right decisions? Because recently I actually well, just to make the long story short, I really am very careful with who I surround myself with. And the author of The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari did say that, you know, your top 3 or top 5 people that you hang out with, or your top 3 or top 5 friends, you will end up mirroring their emotions, their mannerisms, even, you know, their vibe will become your vibe as well. So you want to be very mindful with who you associate yourself with, you know. In my case, I would like to be with a lot of positive people, with nurturing people, with loving people, because I feel that's the kind of person I want to be. And I do notice as well, if I am with certain people who like drama and dwell in it, it just doesn't feel right. And I do feel like it doesn't feel right, basically. You know, I think a good indicator is if it feels right, it must be right. And if it doesn't, it's time to move on. There seems to be a lot of birds hovering at the moment, and it's quite nice because the sun is setting over there at the moment. The sunrise is actually right behind us every morning, so we've really got the best of both worlds. As you've seen a while ago, the ocean's right behind us, and straight ahead it's a bit cloudy. Let's actually see. It's a bit cloudy, so you won't be able to see Mount Tarinas, if I'm not mistaken, which is the second highest mountain here in the Visayas region. On a very, very nice day, you can really see that mountain, and it's so beautiful. But the next on my list is definitely, you get to, how do I explain it? I guess in simple terms, it's improved mood, because as I've mentioned, you do get a lot more movement, physical activity. Well, in my case anyway, I don't stay in my room. I really make sure to take care of my body. I move, walk on the beach, and also I eat right. And also exposure to the sun, it really does have a good effect in my mood. And I didn't know that when I was a teenager. Maybe all teenagers can be moody, but yeah, when I was younger, or certainly when I was in the corporate world, I did feel that I wasn't as stable as I am now. Emotionally, mentally, I worried a lot about things that, you know, I really shouldn't have. I couldn't sleep because I was thinking of all the tasks I needed to do, and it just wasn't a balanced life, as I would say. And now I do feel I feel a lot better actually. So improved mood, I really hope all of you can experience this, and it does take time, especially if you need to be physically present with your work. Again, it all boils down to your priorities. Do you prioritize your wealth and health? Do you prioritize your wealth and time? And you can be wealthy in other ways, not just financially. And I'm not saying material things are wrong or money is wrong, not at all, because we do need those things because we like beautiful things and we want to be able to afford things. It's just finding that good balance and making sure that you're healthy in all aspects. I really like this next one, and I think especially the younger generation now, I think they could use a lot of this. And it's a sense of belonging, a sense of finding your community. When you live in the countryside of the Philippines, or in the provinces as what we call it, or maybe in the rural areas, I wouldn't call this rural because it is quite developed. We have electricity, we've got Wi-Fi, but you know, if you want to really take it to the extreme level, if you go really off the grid, you will end up meeting locals and getting to know your neighbors. And I feel that having a sense of community and belonging is really vital to your mental well-being, because you want to be able to build those connections. You know, we weren't born to be alone here. We were born to coexist and help one another, love one another, support one another. And when I talk about support, that's why it's so important to be with friends and be with people who will help uplift you and support you in what makes you happy, and not try to tell you otherwise. Because usually when they tell you otherwise, it's probably a reflection of themselves. It's probably a form of insecurity that they're having with themselves. But not a lot of people will realize that your outward world definitely reflects your inward world, and vice versa. And so since I've been living here, and I'm only here for 1 month, I usually bounce between Visayas and Mindanao. If you've seen my other videos, you can pretty much trace already my whereabouts. But I think a good example is during my yoga classes, I am able to connect with like-minded people. We're able to get to know each other and really support each other, and reaffirm that the decision that we're making is right, because I'm not the only one on this path, on this spiritual path. There are so many people alike, and it's very, very important to have a good support group. And having said that, I'm gonna end the video here. I hope this wasn't too long. The sun is definitely getting lower, and I don't know if this is mosquito time. Again, I do say that we are in paradise. I guess paradise is where you are and how you make it, but literally, oh my god, this is so beautiful here right now, this nature, and having this place all to ourselves. I hope that you got nothing but good vibes, positive energy, and love from this video. Let me know if you can relate, and if you can't, let me know as well. Maybe I missed out on something, but this is really for how your mental health can improve when moving closer to nature. And with that said, I'll see you soon in the next video, I hope. And I'm sending you so much love, and have a wonderful day ahead. Ciao for now. Hi, Blackie. Is it dinner time?